Dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun, dun. This is True Power is Mine, and this is TPIM SR Live. Today's date, March 27, 2019, the year of our Lord. There it is, folks. Trump's victory lap 2019. While everybody is all excited and everybody is all happy, the world is descending farther and farther into chaos. Now, I want to start off today's show. Hold on. I wanted to share a little video from Brother Nick. Hopefully he doesn't hit me with a copyright infringement. Hold on. Let me, I think I can get to it from over here, actually. Okay, hold on. Give me 1 second. I have to jump on my phone. Go back. Right here. Now make a comment. During the Cold War, which was called... I'm going to make a comment. Post on community. Great. Posted. They're on Brother Nick so bad. Everything he posts, they always hit him with a chemtrail disclaimer. And then I just refresh this. And there, voila. I love the magic. Look at this.
It's just another quick video, because I have a video that I want to show you that I've seen that explains what we all see around us in the skies as far as HAARP, and also it goes in deep into like MK Ultra. But earlier today, my skies were full of nothing but silver, chemtrail, and now look at the skies. It's quite clear. It's starting to clear up in the background now. The sun is starting to be noticeable. And you can see the residue that's still hanging in the air from when they sprayed either last night or today. But, yep. Let's look at it. So, yeah, just watch this video and watch as your mind becomes blown, because it's crazy, because the video was created in 2009, but it goes into depth.
On Angel Island, just across the bay a little ways. And then in the 1960s and 70s, even 1950s, the CIA ran a very secret joint program called MK Ultra with the British. The British part of it was called the Tavistock. And
I just want to interject right here, guys. I've done a 3-part series on the Tavistock Institute. It's on the playlist on the channel. But let's continue.
They developed through human experimentation, which was completely illegal. They kidnapped, they coerced children and adults. They used U.S. military personnel as guinea pigs in this secret mind control project. And the 3 headquarters for that CIA project were UC Berkeley, the Livermore Nuclear Weapons Lab, and Stanford University. It was conducted in secret to establish mind control technologies that the U.S. military and other agencies could use to control citizens. And actually, it was part of the new Manhattan Project during the Cold War, which is called HAARP, the High Auroral Atmospheric Research Project. And in order to do the mind control on humans, they had to do animal studies first. The monkey colony at UC Davis in the 60s, where I was an undergraduate, is where they actually did the animal studies to develop mind control. It was adapted to human application at the Applied Science Facility at UC Davis, and I have a photo of Nelson Rockefeller with Edward Teller at the dedication ceremony and when that facility opened. And from that facility and the animal studies on the monkey colony, they took the technology to Livermore, where they had a safe house. It was in an old farmhouse out in the country. And there was a huge antenna field, which was run by the CIA and the Federal Communications Commission, FCC. And that was the prototype antenna for HAARP, and the mind control technology is transmitted over that large antenna. The U.S. has their largest antenna at Gakona, Alaska. The Soviets were co-partners secretly during the Cold War. They're a pretend enemy. They're not our real enemy. And the 7th largest transmitters in the world are in the Soviet Union. Chernobyl was one of them. And this MK Ultra mind control is in all of the cable television facilities and their network. It's in the telephones, it's in the police antennas, it's all over the United States. What they've done is to weaponize all of the grids, the standard grids that make our lives comfortable, the telephones, the electricity, the television, the police antennas, and the newest weapon to use against citizens, of course, is the cell phone antenna network, which is the most complete antenna network in the United States. They also use Gwen towers, which transmit very, very long wavelengths, electromagnetic frequencies, and they can even communicate with submarines across the oceans with these Gwen towers. So it's very integrated into our daily lives. It's very operational. And as Brzezinski said many years ago in the 70s, we'll just start turning it up and people won't even notice.
Now, what type of experiments went on in the building behind you?
Well, they would kidnap children and adults. They would put them in cages like they did with the monkeys in the monkey colony. They gave them drugs. They put wires into their brains, which were actually antennas. They experimented in very cruel and inhumane ways. They erased their memories. They manipulated them and programmed them to be really basically robot assassins with triggers that if the handler would mention a word or a phrase, it would trigger something in these subjects to carry out assassinations or to release messages they were carrying in their brains from another area.
Yeah.
They were messengers also, with very top secret information. And of course, they knew nothing about what they were doing. They were completely unconscious of it. And when the mission was carried out, they forgot about it. They didn't even know about it. And here they've been the messenger or the assassin or whatever. So the San Francisco Bay Area was a major MK Ultra center. The Navy was very involved in it also. And of course today, the whole HAARP facility, the new Manhattan Project, is a space-based land-based, air-based, water-based, integrated, electromagnetic, very, very, very powerful system, which can not only do global mind control, but it can also be used to trigger earthquakes on the ground. We can see clouds out there that look like they're chemtrail clouds. They're coming in from the ocean. And the military and NASA are spraying chemtrails across America now. The military, Air Force, and NASA are spraying chemtrails across America now as a background for their experiments with HAARP, so that they can look down from satellites and study the experiments and the effects of the experiments with an even background, which is the cloud cover on the surface of the Earth. And these chemtrails also have metal particulates. They have chemicals in them. They have human blood cells have been found in them. There are viruses and bacteria. There are radioactive nuclides in them. And these are being sprayed not just in the United States, but all NATO countries, and even countries beyond, like South America and Central America.
Okay. I wanted to share that with you. I got another video as well. I want to speak on this mind control bit. Now, this is documented what this lady's talking about as far as HAARP, energy frequencies being used to alter people's thought patterns. Heck, what was it, a couple of days ago, or maybe a couple of weeks ago, we talked about how they already said they have a chip that they can use to communicate semi-telepathically with animals right now. Now, I don't know how benevolent you all think that the forces that are, but I'm telling you, they're doing this thing. They're getting us ready for you and me to send us to La La Land while they control everything. Now, this next video, I really didn't get a chance to watch it fully, but I know the source that, hold on, what the heck? Oh my God, I hate trying to get this thing right during the live broadcast, but we do what we must. So let's go back to my channel real quick. Go over here to community. And this, well, we'll be skimming through this.
Find it at Verbo. They search millions of homes to find your perfect beach house, where you all find your own rooms.
That we have become accustomed to it. The shaft, so that it would not.
Okay. I can't get into that one right now. I think I understand where he's going. He's going to be showing all these different archaeological anomalies, such as advanced tools and stone and this and that. I got a couple of theories actually on that whole section, but man, God, there's a lot of information on this thread. But now the majority of this information, the user you just kind of got to pick through it, because some of this is quackery, some of it is true, some of it's, foolishness. But as always, hold on. Warning. Israel announced the temple will be ready in 2019. Hold on, what did I tell you guys? Hold on. And the top secret plans to build the third temple. Let's kind of fly through this one here. Hold on.
Millions of people from around the globe were stunned when U.S. President Donald Trump shocked the world by recognizing Jerusalem as the eternal capital of Israel and ordering the American embassy to be moved there.
The United States finally and officially recognized Jerusalem as the true capital of Israel and opened our embassy in the historic and sacred land of Jerusalem.
Over 2,000 years have elapsed since Jesus Christ walked.
Did he just said the holy and sacred land of Jerusalem? Hold on, I just want to make sure he quoted. I quoted him that correctly. Hold on.
Our embassy in the historic and sacred land of Jerusalem.
Historic and sacred land of Jerusalem. That's not quite accurate. It's actually the historic and sacred land of Israel. Jerusalem just happens to be the capital. These are the people. These are the people running the show, y'all. But you don't care. Nobody cares.
Over 2,000 years have elapsed since Jesus Christ warned of a day when a man of sin, the Antichrist, would appear to lead the world into deception and destruction.
Even Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu admits that biblical prophecies are unfolding, that Donald Trump is a King Cyrus-like figure leading the world into a new era of man.
President Trump, by recognizing history, you have made history. The Temple Mount is in our hands.
Violent protests continued in the Middle East today over President Trump's recognition of Jerusalem as Israel's capital.
And now the official Sanhedrin in Israel declare President Trump is advancing a prophetic process that will usher in, when the time comes, the rebuilding of the third temple.
As the world awaits, a secret incendiary scheme is underway by religious authorities, government agents, and Jewish rabbis to build a third temple.
When ye therefore shall see the abomination of desolation, spoken of by Daniel the prophet, standing in that holy place, then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, no, nor ever shall be again.
The rabbis, Donald Trump, and the top secret plan to build the third temple.
For thousands of years, the world...
Okay, we'll just end it at that. I think we could get the overall gist. Welcome, Sister Janice, to the show. Okay, so once again, the temple will be built because it's a part of the liberal New World Order. If you don't know, I will tell you straight up right now, Israel is the most advanced country as far as cyber technology and cyber, basically offensive capability as well. So what's left, guys? What's left? Monsanto, Bayer aspirins has reaped such havoc on this country. Now that we know the deadly consequences of fooling around with Roundup, you're going to see more and more cancers. What's scary is that this temple, we're going to do human sacrifice. Well, you know, the whole thing with the human sacrifice bit, you got to realize, man, as long as people believe that they can consume things and get energy from it, it's going to really be hard to tamp that one out of humanity. People are always looking for a reason to inflict pain and hurt on people. Oh, we're going to save the planet, but we have to sacrifice these few. So illogical. But hey, you know, Let's not be anti-Semitic, Sister Janice. You know, after all, the Jews are the chosen ones. At least they say they are. But, you know, which Jews are they talking about? The true Jews spoken of in the Bible are the chosen people? Or the converts that came from the north? Hey, Brother Albert, welcome to the show. You know that's right, sister. But don't say that too loud. I don't want you to get with an anti-Semitic slap on the wrist by YouTube and Google. Brother Murder, what's up? Welcome to the show. Look. Hold on. Let's see if we can get past this fool. No, he's gonna be eating it up the rest of that. All right. I just have to be very tricky about what I use. Now, this is 5 days ago, guys. 5 days ago.
Got a truck?
Yeah. I don't got a truck.
Get to work or get out of town.
They always hit you with the creepy music and shit. What's up, Cobra? Welcome to the show. Oh, it's all creepy, garbly bop. Let's
I do read every one. Friends, if you want to make your own...
Oh, this looks like some guy that's just threw some presentation together.
These days are very, very dangerous for you because it means Jesus Christ is returning soon in judgment, not as a baby. Many people say, oh, if Jesus comes back, they'll crucify him again. That is not true. When Jesus returns, he's coming from heaven in fiery judgment, and he will collect his church and take us out of here.
Okay, enough of that. Spare me, guy. Oh, man. You know, it's times like this when you hear this obvious guy here. He's speaking with such conviction. Hey, Kenneth, Pamela, welcome to the show, you two. Such convictions, but it's pure fantasy. This guy wouldn't know who to even look for, I should surmise. I'll give him a couple more minutes to try to get his shit together. But I'm telling you, man, this is classic Zionist, blah, blah, blah. Classic.
You do not want to be here when judgment falls on the earth. And there is a way to escape. I'm going to talk to you about Jesus Christ and his death on the cross and what it can mean for you today. When Jesus Christ died on the cross 2,000 years ago, he willingly took from God the punishment for your rebellion, the punishment for your...
Okay, I'm done. I'm sorry, guys. I can't continue on down this road. You know, for one, I already know what time it is with this guy, the imagery he's using. It's going to be the blue-eyed, blonde-haired Jesus he's talking about, blah, etc., which is not even part of the real deal. Now, and I'm sorry if I've hurt your feelings, you know, if you grew up believing that nonsense, but that's what it is. It's nonsense. Now, let's try to find some real information about this third temple.
Hello, I'm Edith Meyer, and I am the author of the book, The Mystery of Adam.
Oh, God.
Okay? So, in him...
Never mind. Oh, jeez, man. How come... You know, you can't... Just look at the people. Look at the people putting all these videos out. The third temple is now real. This guy is creepy.
That is a Trump Cyrus coin. That's what that is in my hand. So I'm headed to the old city, and I'm headed towards the Jewish quarter. I'm going to attempt to buy one of the Trump Cyrus coins.
You know, if I can get my Patreon up enough for real, I would actually go and do a live show in Israel. I would walk. I would hit up some real Ethiopian Jews. I would hit up some real melanated Jews. Not that now melanated people can't be Jews. I'm not saying that. But I will actually talk to the so-called bottom tier instead of this guy. You know, he looks like some sort of creep on some sort of sexual excursion. And don't get me started. You know, and a lot of you guys know my opinions of these so-called missionaries going to Africa to somehow preach this version of religion to these people. And all we end up hearing about, this kid's walking funny, this chick's pregnant, and this missionary guy's getting treated with some STD type stuff. So that's why I typically don't give this too much time.
If I can find one. A lot of people said these coins were actually a conspiracy. These didn't even exist. These are literal coins minted in Israel. This is a half shekel. It contains, I believe, 10 grams of silver, which is by the book. By the book, what that would be by Levitical law, what this coin would need to contain. This is what you would pay as the temple tax. And these things really have not been easy to find. But I've got shot so much you as me, because I'm an idiot all the time. Because sometimes they'll be shaken enough to listen to the Lord. I actually pray that, Lord. 9 to 12 months. And these aren't like little bitty days here. This is like, back then I was overwhelming. You know, I'm still a workaholic. I've asked the Lord to help work with me on that some. But
Number 5. A small example of this we can give in its clearest form with the original movie Star Wars that came out in 1977. Look at this photo of C-3PO. Does this look like a normal photograph of C-3PO? Look long and hard at it. And this kind of blew my mind when I saw this. But this is not what C-3PO looks like now. This is what people say he used to look like. What he looks like is this. Do you see his leg? It is silver. But in this case a good portion of the population remembers him being completely gold in color. This is what the internet says is a photograph from 1977. And there are plenty of examples that now history shows that C-3PO always had a silver leg.
I don't know what the hell's wrong with the algorithm tonight. Because this is not anything I wanted to try to bring to light tonight. I'm not trying to do dogma nor some sort of fantasy speculation that has nothing to do with anything that we should be concerned with. We need to be concerned with the next move. We're going to the moon in 5 years. Talk about the state of the... Oh, yeah. Thank you, Murder. Thank you, brother. I forgot all about that. That's why... I want to remind everyone, we are still in a state of emergency. Meaning that the president has some very unusual powers that he can implement right now during the state of emergency. So all you brothers and sisters who have a beef with him and you talk crazy, just remember what could happen. Hold on. Let me go here real quick. Because you notice they're not talking about the state of emergency in the news. They're talking about Barbara Bush blames Trump for heart attack. You know, the QAnon people are going to eat that up. May Day, blah, blah, blah. All right, wait. The 3 Mile Island nuclear accident. Oh, okay. I thought something else was happening. German rock band caused outrage with Nazi camp. Don't forget who's running the EU, kiddos? Germany. And pop culture is often a representation of the greater culture. Oh, well, here we go. Berlin, March 28th. German hard rock band Rammstein has provoked outrage amongst Jewish groups and politicians with a video advertising its new album in which the band member appears dressed as concentration camp prisoners. Wow. This is no video. Cambodia. That's sad. Cambodia really got raped during Vietnam, but it doesn't matter. I mean, you guys are all aware of what's going on out there with the haters and whatnot. But hold on. Oh my God, I can't even type tonight. President Trump's state of emergency. Select all, cut that, and then I'm going to jump over here and paste it up. Cutting and pasting, guys. Cutting and pasting. I should call Dr. Short tonight.
Bon voy. Bon voy. Discover the new.
No, I don't want to discover none of that. I don't like Marriott. They treat their workers bad.
So I'm going to be signing a national emergency. And it's been signed many times before. It's been signed by other presidents. From 1977 or so, it gave the presidents the power. There's rarely been a problem. They signed it. Nobody cares. I guess they weren't very exciting. But nobody cares. They signed it for far less important things in some cases, in many cases. We're talking about an invasion of our country with drugs, with human traffickers, with all types of criminals and gangs.
Mr. President, what do you say to those, including some of your Republican allies, who say that you are violating the Constitution with this move and setting a bad precedent that will be abused by possibly Democratic presidents in the future? Marco Rubio.
Well, not too many people, yeah. Not too many people have said that. But the courts will determine that. Look, I expect to be sued. I shouldn't be sued. Very rarely do you get sued when you do national emergency. And then other people say, oh, if you use it for this, now what are we using it for? We've got to get rid of drugs and gangs and people. It's an invasion. We have an invasion of drugs and criminals coming into our country that we stop, but it's very hard to stop. With a wall, it would be very easy. So I think that we will be very successful in court. I think it's clear. And the people that say we create precedent, well, what do you have, 56 or a lot of times? Well, that's creating precedent. And many of those are far less important than having a border. You don't have a border, you don't have a country. You know, we fight, before I got here, we fight all over the world to create borders for countries, but we don't create a border for our own country. So I think what will happen is, sadly, we'll be sued, and sadly, it'll go through a process, and happily we'll win, I think.
Will you concede that you were unable to make the deal that you had promised in the past, and that the deal you're ending up with now from Congress is less than what you could have had before a 35-day shutdown?
I went through Congress. I made a deal. I got almost $1.4 billion when I wasn't supposed to get $1. Not $1. He's not going to get $1. Well, I got $1.4 billion, but I'm not happy with it. I also got billions and billions of dollars for other things. Port of entries, lots of different things. The purchase of drug equipment, more than we were even requesting. In fact, the primary fight was on the wall. Everything else, we have so much, as I said, I don't know what to do with it. We have so much money. But on the wall, they skimped. So I was successful in that sense, but I want to do it faster. I could do the wall over a longer period of time. I didn't need to do this. but I'd rather do it much faster. And I don't have to do it for the election. I've already done a lot of wall for the election, 2020. And the only reason we're up here talking about this is because of the election. Because they want to try and win an election, which it looks like they're not going to be able to do.
What a perfect stop a point. Gucci, Gucci, Gucci. No, I'm just playing. Don't sing your goons after me, Air Trump. Yeah. Brother Albert, you got a keen guy. He likes throwing that sign up, don't he? The shot just not there.
With a wall, it would be very easy. So I think that we...
Whatever. Yes, me too. Now they got me buffering now. This is crazy. Breaking down U.S. See, I don't understand why they're doing so much of this breakdown in nuclear technology, blah, blah, blah. What? It's vaguely interesting, but it's not what I'm trying to do. Why? One of the most... I can't mess with Vice stuff. They're way too... Okay, they got... What? Hello? Can you hear me? Anyone out there? This is crazy, man. Expert warns Australia could turn to a slum in 20 years. Haha. And the reason why is because the 6,000 years is up. It's up, folks. But people ain't hearing that. People don't understand.
Do the voice, but he said, no, me no like drugs, me like death penalty.
When I asked President Xi, I said, do you have a drug problem? No. We give death penalty to people that sell drugs. End of problem.
So I'm going to sign these papers for emergency, and then I'll immediately be sued, and the ruling will not go in my favor, and then I'll end up in the Supreme Court, and then I'll call my buddy Kavanaugh, and I'll say it's time to repay the Donnie, and he'll say, new phone, who dis?
And we will then be sued, and they will sue us in the Ninth Circuit, and then we'll get another bad ruling, and then we'll end up in the Supreme Court.
Or NBC's got their hand up, but they suck, so not them. ABC sucks too, but at least they have Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. We love the S.H.I.E.L.D.
This is just retarded. Hold on. Oh, this is crazy. Oh, I think you guys should see this.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is my humble duty tonight to introduce you to the Grand and Imperial Wizard of the Invisible Knights of the Ku Klux Klan, Mr. Bill Wilkinson. Oh, Imperial Wizard, can you tell me and us, 100 years after your predecessors set the South aflame with the cross burnings, lynchings, and other events, you should be bothering this country still.
To begin with, I believe a slight rebuttal is in order for your opening statements or the opening statements that was made about the Klan. We are not anti-Catholic. We are not anti-Semitic. We believe in the white race. We believe that at this point in time that white Americans are being treated as second-class citizens, that the federal laws, the civil rights laws, have created a dual system of justice in this country, a set of federal laws that protects the interest of minorities and local and state laws.
But Grand and Imperial Wizard, if I may,
of white people.
If I may interrupt, if I might be so bold as to interrupt the Imperial Wizard, it says on a sheet that you people hand out to the young and the youths of our high schools, it says, if you want to join the Klan, quote, I swear that I am of white, non-Jewish heritage. Are you fed up with special privileges given to blacks? That's a quotation from your own literature.
Absolutely. We are.
Well, then what do you mean you're
Christian-
not? What do you mean you're not anti-Semitic?
We are a Christian organization. We also don't allow Buddhists or Muslims or atheists in the organization.
When did you take in the Pat Buchanans? When I was a kid in Dubuque, Iowa, the Ku Klux Klan, which was then fairly powerful in Indiana, about 1922 or 3, somewhere in there, you were anti-Catholic.
The Klan has had different views from time to time on lesser issues.
Mm-hmm.
The one issue we've never changed on is that of segregation. We believe that God has commanded us to separate ourselves from other races. In fact, that's not a unique stand. Billy Graham, just a few years ago, himself segregated his crusade audiences. He preached segregation. The Southern Baptist and the National Baptist, one was black, one was white. They practiced and preached segregation. So we didn't invent segregation. We just still believe in it.
Let me ask you about something, and you did correct it, let me say, before the show started, something I was unaware of. But there are a number of Klan organizations, and I gather it is not yours, who march in tandem, arm in arm, with members of the American Nazi Party. Now, the Nazis were responsible for the murder, not simply of Jews in Germany, but American pilots, American soldiers. They're guilty of all manner of horrid atrocities. They have on their, I guess, on their record some 250,000 American dead. Now, why would any patriotic American, or one who calls himself a patriotic American, be anywhere near the swastika, the insignia of Hitler's Germany?
Well, as you conceded before the show, I did clear up that point. The Klan, the Invisible Empire, which I head, detests Nazis as much as we do communists. But I'd like to make one thing clear, that there's too much hype today about the Germans and the Nazis. Let's not forget that the Japanese bombed Pearl Harbor, and they led to death marches in Bataan. I don't believe that we should condemn all of the Germans for something that happened in Germany 40 years ago. And I do condemn what Hitler did to any.
Why would any patriot, someone who calls himself a patriot, and a Klan's groups with which I guess you're associated with members, if not the leadership, why would they march with people who march under the swastika?
We don't.
You don't. Why do your colleagues do that?
I believe, to make it clear at first, we're the only national Klan organization left. There have been those that have come and gone. It's sort of like the political parties, the Democrats, Republicans, American independents. They come and they go. They splinter and they regroup and rejoin. Right now, we are the major unquestioned Klan organization in America. There's some people that we have expelled from our organization that will start other branches. And in their anxiety to get membership and support, they will join with anyone, including Nazis.
This is not your organization, doesn't believe that. But I believe a quote by you I read in a book on the Klan today. You were denouncing the quote, I think it was Jew-controlled media. Have you used that term?
I may have used that term.
It's a direct quote.
I may have used that term some years ago.
What do you mean by that?
But as well, I don't mean by that anything at this point in time. I believe that a lot of Jews are prominent in the media, but I believe a lot of Baptists and a lot of Methodists and a lot of other people are.
Why would you use the term Jew-controlled media?
Well,
I mean, you don't run around saying the Baptist-controlled media is keeping us off the air.
I no longer use that term. It's been a number of years ago that I would have made that comment, and I'm not apologizing for what I might have said at that time.
All right, let's talk about blacks.
All right.
Why?
Wait a minute. I want to go. My brother came back from airborne in Vietnam, and he told me, and that of the bodies that he took out as a medical officer, he said, 50% of those guys were black kids.
Mm-hmm.
Served in the United States and Vietnam. This was it was a crack frontline unit. And these were American blacks who died in higher numbers for their country in Southeast Asia in that war than did white Americans, as a matter of fact, in the Vietnam War.
Now, do you remember one of our guests talking about that fact? How the Vietnam War decimated a lot of young black men, which add to the single parent situation of the 70s.
How can you be against a race which contains people who are out there fighting for their country just as much as white Christian Protestant Americans are?
That's something else that needs to be cleared up, Pat. We're not against the black race. We're not against. We believe in free enterprise for this country. We believe that everyone should have the same rights.
Well, Mr. Wizard, it says right here. Wait a minute, Mr. Wizard. Let me interrupt you for a minute, Mr. Wizard. It says right here, you believe in the final solution, which is black repatriation to Africa.
Abraham Lincoln, but now look, I'm not going to be cut off.
No, but I'm not going to be shut off either. You're running around on a bed sheet. I don't have the bed sheet. but I just want to tell you, can you imagine? I want to ask you this question. Can you imagine this country repatriating all the black Americans that Pat just spoke about to Africa?
No.
I mean, what kind of nonsense?
No, I
is
can't.
that? Well, what
I
are you
sure
saying
can't.
it for then?
I'm not saying it.
Well, it says right here.
No, that's your paper. That's not my paper.
That's your paper. I took the quote and wrote it on this blue
That's
paper.
not my paper. Now, to get back to it,
plan?
now, just a minute. I answered your question. Now, I want to finish what I was saying. We feel that affirmative action is discriminating against white people. And there's no question about it. Two wrongs don't make a right. Because black people were hurt and discriminated against in the past does not justify the discrimination against white people now. And we're asking for an end to that.
Look, I'm against reverse discrimination. I'm against racial quotas. I'm against affirmative action as it's practiced. But you said, when I introduced you, I didn't say that your organization was. I said, historically, to most Americans, you're anti-Catholic and anti-Semitic and racist. In other words, anti-black. You said, we're not anti-Catholic.
Right.
We're not anti-Semitic. You didn't deny the racist thing.
Well, it depends on your definition of racist. I'm a segregationist, okay? I believe that God has commanded me not to mix with other races. For that reason, I want to have schools where I can send my children to a white school. I want to be able to go to my white neighborhoods, to white businesses, those things. So if that terms me as a racist, then I'm a racist.
Wait a minute, you can do that, but you can't have tax exemptions in your all-white school. And if it's a public school, now black kids whose parents' taxes pay for that school, they got a right to go to that neighborhood school. Now, if you want an all-white school, all-white academy, you can do that right now. You just don't get a tax exemption for it. So what's your complaint?
You say you can do that. Now, maybe I can. Maybe you can. But what about the poor people that don't have the money to send their children to private schools? They can't. They're being deprived the right to practice their religion because they don't have the money to send them to a private school. There's no reason why in this great land of ours we couldn't have a three-tiered school system, a black school and a white school and an integrated school, and give everyone their choice. We would have much less dissension. We would have much less racial problems in the schools. And if those people that are seeking to integrate the races in this country really were seeking to do the best for both races, they would adopt this system and let integration proceed gradually.
What do you think our founding fathers meant when they said "we, the people of the United States"?
Well, I won't get into that debate, but
I know. But you're sitting here in your bed sheet telling us all that the only thing you're for, you're against.
You're really upset about my bed sheet.
Oh yeah, I think if I were you, I would be so ashamed of myself. I mean, I can't imagine walking around in that silly costume, telling people to be against blacks and against Jews.
Have you ever seen the Pope and the Cardinals in their costumes?
Yeah, but they're religious and they're for something, and you're just nothing but against something, and you're against the very spirit of this country. I believe in the same God. You're against the thing. You're against the thing that makes this country a unity and that makes this country great. And I think you're a disgrace.
You know nothing about what I believe and what I
just heard what you believe.
And you think
now you tell me
I believe in God. Is that wrong?
Do you deny that you said this? This is the literature you're handing out to schools, to school children in America? I just quoted this from your own pamphlet. Are you fed up? It says here, with blacks following you home, trying to beat you up? Do you deny that you said that?
No, I don't. And let me tell you, that happens more times in America than what you can shake a stick at. Blacks
try to follow you home and beat you up. I mean,
we've had more racial problems.
You're a damn disgrace to the country.
No.
Oh, yes, you are.
I have a strong belief.
And you know what? You people were beaten. I don't know what we're doing in 1982 talking to you.
Well, that's your problem, Tom. But let me tell you one thing. I'm not beaten. The Klan is not beaten, and the white race is not beaten. No more than the Democrats is beating or the Republicans is beaten. They're all fighting for the things that they believe in, and we believe in something.
All right, what do you believe
earnestly through the law.
Now you tell me what you were against. What do you believe in?
What we believe in.
What are you for?
We believe in God. We believe in the United States of America, and we believe that God has commanded us to separate ourselves from other races, not because we hate the other races or because we feel that we're better or worse, but because we feel it's God's commandment. And if you criticize that and our religion, then you're criticizing the Christianity for the last 2,000 years.
Wow. That last statement really just took it all, didn't it? Did you see the buffalo pulling his hand back so the peasant couldn't kiss us? No, hold on. We're gonna do this. We're gonna. we're gonna see this. I want to see the Pope retract the faithful.
We have more pictures this morning of Pope Francis, and for the first time, we're seeing parishioners meet the Holy Father in person. Many kissed the Pope's ring, and the Pope prayed at Santa Maria Maggiore. It is the oldest church in the world dedicated to the Madonna.
Oh, hold on. That ain't the right one. Pope says, yeah, he's like, give this boy a special pass. Oh, okay, here it is, guys. Oh boy was like, hold on, let me tell you. Let's do a play-by-play. Oh my, nope, rejected. The fucking peasant gauntlet. Nope. Herpes. Nope. Canker sores. Nope. Halitosis. No. Okay. Psych. Nope. And he's all whining. Come on, let me kiss your ring. Come on. Nope. 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 They're trying, man. They are trying. Nope. And she's like, I suck you off. I'm playing. Oh my gosh. This is the Most High says, bow before no man. Well, you know what? These people obviously didn't get the message. I mean, I'm sorry. This shit is just too damn fun. I got to do it one more time. This that first one. He's like, come on, man. And it's like, they don't get the hint. None of these fools are getting the hint. You're not kissing that ring, dude. Welcome back, Janice. It's like, he's just juking. Nope. Rejected. Next. Nope. Next. Nope. But he let her touch the hand. I'm sorry, I would want to kiss it anyhow. I would not want to kiss that nasty ass ring. You know what I'm saying? I mean, not to be ignorant, but you don't know if that's a hand he wipes with or what. You know, no, I'm good. That's so sad. That is so sad. He'll take your money, but you can't kiss the ring. You know what I'm saying? Oh boy has an ex-wife. I didn't know he had an ex-wife. So, once again, man, hold on. Let me get to the state of emergency thing. The part, money. You know it. You know, he's like, just get away from me, you scum. I just want your money. And a couple of your young kids. I mean, that's what they do. Come on. What can a president during a state of emergency? Whatever he likes. Okay, this is all the emergency videos. Don't really want to see that. It's from the morning. Trump declares spending. Okay. Oh, this does not even matter. National debt clock. I love looking at this thing, man. It's just insanity. It's crazy, man. Debt per citizen. Brother Al, you're an American citizen, U.S. citizen. You owe $67,420. Miss Janice, you're an American citizen. You owe $67,420. Everybody else in the room, Brother Kenneth, Brother Murder, Sister Pamela. Yeah, you think I didn't see you, Brother Cobra. All of y'all owe $67,000, $420. And even me, I owe that much as well. And then this is per citizen. Now, all y'all paying taxes, I did not. Oh, ooh, Albert. Oh, you know you have a point. Oh my God. Because when you put your hand up at the MEP station, you become property of the United States government. You're no longer a citizen, you're property. But you still owe $67,420. Sorry. Brother Leonard, welcome to the show. Hopefully you're a taxpayer because you owe $180,800. And all you other taxpayers owe that much as well. I mean, we, spread it out amongst the old people and the babies. Everybody has to pay 60-something thousand. Might be kind of hard for a little kid to come up with that kind of money. But this is sad, man. This is the state of the union. You know, this is not what they're going to tell you. I ain't paying these dollars. Well, like any debtor, you can try to negate your obligations. But the government's saying that you're obligated. So am I. I'm right there with you. See, this is how they're going to justify putting our asses on trains. If you don't have the cash, they got a seat for you on the train. All right? You know, how are you going to look when that tax man come around? Count it as face value. I accept that you will vanish my debt and make notes. I am a creditor of my person and pride. Uh-oh, we got a sovereign citizen. I smell sovereignty. Hey, what's up, Rome? Would you take an... I'm sorry, Brother Rome. Only the Federal Reserve can print up such IOUs. You take and this is, guys, I mean, we have to laugh about this. We have to laugh about this. Because if we don't, then you really should be crying. You should be crying. You should be boo-hooing right now. Because you and I both know, guys and gals, we're never going to pay this shit off. We're looking at the biggest creditor in the world. We're not paying no $22 trillion ever. So then what's going to have to happen? Hey, Brother Ward, welcome back. Glad the Most High woke you up today. So what's going to happen? These numbers are going to stop one day. What do we look like paying for our own mental enslavement for real? Though? I know. And this is the trip. This is the tricky bit. All those weapons, all those biological agents, all the MK Ultra projects, that's all tied up in this. All that debauchery BS. Not only are you going to enslave you mentally, but they're going to enslave you physically. Don't believe me? UN White Paper, Agenda 21. No. I don't know what they're trying to pull on me, but that's UN white paper. Let's see if we can get some eyes on this. Oh my gosh, here we go. Whereas the United Nations Agenda 21 is a comprehensive plan of extreme environmentalism, social engineering, and global politics, or global political control, that was initiated by the United Nations Conference on Environment and Development, all in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil in 1992. You guys got to understand, man. You want to see, wait. Hold on, let me look at, I want to get to some of the chat rooms. I'm all about the chat rooms. I was putting my application in for Space Force. Hey, when you get up there, brother, take a picture. I want a picture of the globe. I mean, a real picture, not from NASA. Brother Roman, you want to see mind control? Go outside and try saying hi to someone on their phones. Got that right. You know, the sad thing about it, these phones and all this technology was supposed to bring us closer together, but quite honestly, it's just your mental cell now. You know, you got your little video games, you got your little dating sites, you got your little porno sites, you got your little fight sites, whatever. All this debauchery, so that we never come to the table and talk about things that can save us. Save us, man. When Operation Garden Plot hits, Rex 84, Agenda 21, and all these other diabolical plans, and these are just the things they've let out. Don't put your life in something superficial. No one can argue with that, Brother Roman. But the sad bit is, most people are way too superficial. All right? What is the new green world order? Listen, oh my God. Every time it has to be a new world order, whether it's a liberal new world order, a green new world order. What is these people's fixation with the new world order bit? Policies have been described as a constitution of the Green New World Order. Environmentalism as it subjugates religions. Yes, it's basically the atheists or the nature-loving fools saying that Mother Earth is being raped by humans and we need humans annihilated. We're just sheep awaiting to be slaughtered. You know, Brother War, I'm just calling a spade a spade. You know, the sheep will refuse to unite. Sheep will used to be righteous. Sheep will refuse to stand up for principles. So therefore, because you're unwilling to stand up, you're unwilling to commit, you're unwilling to be loyal and unified with each other, of course you are all going to die. I'm sorry. I wish I could say it's going to be different. You can work your way out of it, but you cannot work your way out of that. You're not working your way out of that, guys. And this could not have been said in 1964. It could not have been said in 1984. It could not have been said in 2004. But I'm saying it right now. Your nation's $22 trillion in debt. You best be prepared for the repo man. The repo man cometh. And guess what? Your raggedy ass Nikes ain't gonna cut it. Your little mink coats ain't gonna cut it. Your little house ain't gonna cut it. Your little land, your little car, all your so-called material possessions do not add up. And I'm talking about every last one of you in this room. Do not add up to $22 trillion. And that's everybody in this whole country. The repo man cometh. But everyone's just, oh, you know, we can just keep on borrowing. The Federal Reserve, they make money out of thin air. They're only making it to a point of enslavement. I'm not worried about the debt. And you know what? That is a good attitude for a debtor to have. You know, when there's no hope that you could possibly pay off the debt, brother, that's the attitude to have. I'm just not worried about it. You know, sort of like what Dick Gregory used to say. I know the government has tapped my phone. You know how? I haven't paid a phone bill in 13 years and it's still on. That's how you know. And another thing about the government paying money. Watch this for a trip. FBI pays Terry Nichols' mortgage. This is April 22nd, 1998, the year of our Lord. FBI took on payment of bomb suspect's home. Now, don't you find that a bit odd? The FBI, Federal Bureau of Investigations, made mortgage payment on Terry Nichols' home after he was arrested and before he was convicted of conspiracy to bomb the Oklahoma City Federal Building, according to new court documents. Ask yourself, why would the Federal Bureaus of, because you know they don't have to keep paying that man's mortgage. They could seal that house off. The lending company, no one could touch that home. But yet they pay this man's mortgage. Well, actually, the country had been out of debt in the 90s for a brief time under Clinton. That was actually his little claim to fame, that he actually balanced the budget. In fact, let me punch that up. When was the last time the United States government did not have debt? Payment on the U.S. net on January 1st, 1835, President Andrew Jackson paid off the entire national debt. The only time in U.S. history that has been accomplished. My bad. It was back in 1835. But the Civil War cleaned that shit up. That's why we have income taxes now. I never understood why the Chinese buy our debt. Logically, who does that? Well, somebody who wants to have a legitimate reason to seize part of your territory. Yeah, I'm hold on. Just want to make sure. I think Clinton balanced the budget, which is totally different. Did President Bill Clinton balance the U.S. budget?
According to Wikipedia, he had budget surpluses for fiscal years 1998 to 2001, the only such years from 1970 to 2016. Clinton's final 4 budgets were balanced budgets with surpluses, beginning with the 1997 budget. The ratio of debt held by the public to GDP, a primary measure of U.S. federal debt, fell from 47.8% in 1993 to 33.6% by 2000.
You see? Yes, it is. It's all a wonderful, delightful dream. Hold on. Debt It's time to wake up. Ding, 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 ding. Wake up. Because this is what you guys are now. Field slaves. You know, some slaves have better cars. Yeah. They're not going to unplug, Brother Roman. It's not going to happen. Most people will soon cut their throat and never log on to their Facebook again or whatever they go to. Some song takes on. Art of war strategy. But it's sad, man, because we could be so much better. Humanity, that is. We could be so much better than what we are. Support, love, debt, slavery. Wow. I want to take the blue pill. Man, I want to be like Cypress. Dude, plug me back in, but make me rich. And make me forget everything. Make me forget everything and make me rich. You know, that's about the best you could ask for almost. Because at the end of the day, without the Most High's blessing and power and might, you're doomed. You're doomed. And that's just the hard reality. Trust me, I'm the first one to be like, man, let's unite and fight. But I'm telling you, we ain't going to unite and it ain't going to be no fight. It'll be a massacre. That's right. But it ain't going to be no fight. Now, hopefully, I think I remembered the other night when I was talking about this, so you guys can understand. Laser-based drone. What? That's what I'm talking about. A drone that can fly around and shoot those beams at you. Like I said, the guns, man. Guns are about played out, homies. We'll be about as retarded as an army with shields and sword coming against the army now. It's not going to work. Yeah, you might hack up a couple guys close to you. But in the long game, dude, you're going to be annihilated. And I just do this for, you know, the brothers and sisters out there that's full of anger and they don't know how to channel it. They want to do something military. This is why I do this. To tell them to take their energy and draw or paint, create music, channel it some other kind of way. Because we don't need for these weapons to do what they have been designed to do on you. I care about you, and I understand it's frustrating. But once you concede the fact that this is temporary, there is no eternity on this earth in any shape or form, then you realize this is just a test. No matter what comes our way, we will pass this test because we will stand on righteousness to the bitter end. Or if not, then say to hell with you, true power, lock and load and go out there and get blasted. That's all I can say. There's not going to be no spook behind the door type scenario. It's just not. Best bet, they'll just zap you and you go quickly. Worst scenario, they'll take you hostage and their torturers will get to work on you. Oh, I forgot. I'm sitting at the back of the bus with the colored section. You know, on that video there with Pat Buchanan, you could tell the Klansman was more comfortable talking to Pat Buchanan than the other gentleman for obvious reasons, because Pat Buchanan's basically ideology matches up with old boy. Which, you know, when you go playing that racial economic game, you're always going to get that. We got to keep money for our people because blah, 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 blah. And if you're going to sit here and think that, for instance, these young people coming up ain't going to see what's cracking, and they're not going to be, you know, because don't forget, what you and me pass, the young people have this planet. It's their world. Like right now, a lot of people are just waiting for all the World War II people to finally kick the bucket and go ahead and get that inheritance. We're about ready to hit that new part of human evolution, where your children are going to have to compete against children augmented by microchips, gene therapy, other techniques. So how is your natural child going to compete against that? Doppelgangers. Oh my God. How is your natural child going to compete against a transhumanist child? One that from their very concept. Oh, I haven't done a DNA test recently, Brother Rum. From the very concept, these kids are constructed like a robot almost. We want good muscle mass. We want, the brain and boost chip. We want the GPS tracking chip. We want cybernetic implants. They got your codex, whomever has. Listen, if you've been to the doctor within the past 10 years, they already have your DNA, whether you want to accept this fact or not. Anytime you sent off for a blood or any type of biopsy, those other laboratories catalog all that. Now, when you go to 23andMe or Ancestry, whatever, that's just for your own. I see a young brother walking like a zombie while I was turning into Walgreens today, like he wanted to get hit. I had to just let the brother pass without getting hit off the man. At the end of the day, they got us. You know, if you think that I'm joking when I say the New World Order will come to be, if you think I'm joking when I say there's a new pandemic coming our way, when you think I'm joking when I say there's going to be a global economic collapse, and all this stuff is going to basically happen around the same time, and you can throw in some earthquakes here and there as well. Because we all know we can manufacture earthquakes using two techniques. One, HAARP, energizing the stratosphere over a certain region. And number two, underground nuclear detonation. We have gotten to the point where certain elements of humanity can actually perform godlike tasks. From creating rain, to creating tidal waves, to creating earthquakes, snowstorms. They don't need any of us anymore. Brother War hit it right there. The head of the nail, the hammer, bam! One shot, sunk a 16-penny nail. Last nail in our coffin, collectively. The reality is they do not need us. Period. Period. And let me show you guys who's going to replace Yao. Just so you guys know. Robotic worker. There you go. That's most logical right there. All those arms, they never get sick. They never talk back. You can have sex with them. They'll never make a Me Too movement. I'm just joking about the sex bit. But the reality is, Why have that? We can have that. That work 24 hours a day, never ask about pay. Their kids never get sick. Their old lady never comes down with anything. They never get sick. And all the while, we're like, oh my God, life is getting so much better. Yeah, for those who control the technology, for those who control the robots. Oh, hold on. Cybernetics. Cybernetics, the science of communication and automated control in both machines and living things. Try to hip you guys the other day, man. It's all about cybernetics, and this shit has been going down ever since the 60s hardcore. The reason why they're building these processors, they don't give a damn about your buffering rate on videos. The reason why they've been putting together all these networks, they don't give a damn about you sharing grandma's picture. They're doing this for the automation of controlling both machines and humans and every other living things. Anyone heard about the tragedy in Japan recently? No, brother, don't know what happened in Japan. They lie to us 24/7. You know that's right, brother. They want to open AI brothels here in Houston. Wow, you can rent or buy. Don't you see? They're already trying to debase our beautiful sister. You don't need no woman. You come in here and you can get Pamela 5000. Just brand new model. Just came off the robot floor. Now, see, I know housekeepers. I know women who are maids. I pity the fool that expects some woman or man to go in there and clean up the silicone robot to such a degree that you'll be fit. Oh, that's just so disgusting. That is so disgusting. That's literally like using a condom over and over. That's just sick. Oh my Lord, that's sick. I'm sorry. I don't know what to say, and I'm speechless. It really takes a lot to get me speechless. But just that mental image in my head, some nasty, wart-infested dude goes in there, gets some robot, and then, you know, somebody ass cleans that, and then some other dude just go, oh, man, this is cool, and sticks this thing in there. Now he has warts. Next guy's going to have, oh, God, no. Or AIDS, or syphilis, or whatever. Once again, man, it's not that hard of a concept. It's called righteousness. Man, get yourself a woman. You love her. Be willing to die for her. Treat her nicely. Woman, get you a man that's worthy of you. That's worthy to keep you safe and love you and them babies. Anything else, man, you're fooling yourself. You're playing yourself. You know, robot kid. Yeah, that's just. R. Kelly would be the poster boy for pedophilism when it's legal in a few years. Oh my gosh, could you picture that? He'll go to one of these damn brothels and get a robot kid talking about ooh, or however he sings. And that's why the issue here is NAMBLA, North American Man Boy Love Association. The issue here is a national child sex ring with human trafficking elements across borders. The real issue here is how come good men and women don't stand up and say, hey, wait, hold on. Why did Bill Clinton and Donald Trump fly on Jeff Epstein's Lolita Express? What was really going down here on this island? But we don't care. We don't care, Brother Leonard. We don't care, Brother War, Sister Pamela, Brother Roman, everyone else. You know deep down we don't give a fuck because it don't affect us. Even though it really does, but we don't see it directly affecting us. They've been doing this for hundreds of years. You're right, Brother War. You know, we would get what the Samoa didn't get, and then some, yes. Hartman should be the poster boy. He's already joined them. If one thing I could say, if I had the opportunity to say to the powers that be, I would tell them, do not fear us. Become one with us, unite with us. And let's work together to build a bright future and to build a true space program that would legitimately get us past the Van Allen hyper radiation belt. Build a true space program where those seeking to leave Earth can actually leave. Right now, guys, we have technology that could potentially get us off planet. But that's not going to happen. Even though there's infinite room out there in the universe, that's not going to happen because the people running the show want the prisoners here. They just want to cull down the herd. They just want to, you know, bring it down to, what does the Georgia Guidestone say? 500 million? That's what they want. All these people here. You do realize every last one of us right now could be living on the continent of Australia on 1 mile sections. Every last one of us. The earth is not overpopulated at all. What it is, it's hard to control all the little lab rats. It's hard to keep track of all the humans, but they're going to fix that soon. Hold on. The Affordable Health Care Act had chips in it.
Here's a summary from People, How Stuff Works. While implantable microchips do exist, you're not going to be issued one as part of the Affordable Care Act. It's this National Medical Device Registry that has ignited the microchip myth.
You notice, I love how Google always so loyal, always. It does. I read the damn law. It says that in a state of emergency, whoever's the czar over this fucking particular branch can require people to have these medical microchips implanted in them. So it's not a myth. But once again, people don't care. I'm telling you right now, if they were to tell everybody on Section 8 and welfare, you're going to have to receive a chip. We're doing away with the paperwork to save trees. You have to get a chip or you're not getting welfare, you're not getting Section 8. All prisoners are required to get a chip. All military personnel are required to get a chip. And if you have school-age children, they're required to get a chip so that they don't get snatched up. Motherfuckers will be beating down their local courthouses to get the chips. And that's how they're going to do it. Why? So that when you start acting a fool, they hit one button, chips disconnected, and you're out to lunch, bud. Think I'm lying? Chinese social score program. Right now, the Chinese are dabbling with this social credit system, right? In other words, there's apps and all that, so you can look around and scan people around. You can be like, oh, this motherfucker's a debtor. Oh, that one welches on his obligations. Oh, this guy's no good. Oh, they're going to have to do is upgrade that one step further with the chip, and it's on and cracking. Hold on. Chinese citizens being implanted with microchips. Oh, well, I didn't say that fast enough. Chinese citizens being implanted with microchips. Okay. Well, okay. Fix it. I don't know why it's not. Okay, I don't care about the Sweden. See, this is what I'm talking about. They always want to go to China first with citizen. Okay, 2018. A big hack. How can you use tension? RFID chip. 2010. Announced the countrywide implementation of a new high-tech tracking initiative designed to increase security and prosperity for all citizens of the People's Republic of China. The plan, detailed by Zhou Xinshang, chief executive of Chinese Minister. Okay, please forgive me. Please forgive me. That's obviously not dude's name. Okay. You guys are so serious. Hopefully you guys are getting the point, man. You know, we're talking about the people talking about you can only have one kid. Well, by God, we're making a boy. Now they got all these boys over there, no chicks to screw. I bet you their homosexuality rate's going through the roof. But of course, they're not talking about it. Okay. But basically, this was in 2010. I would almost imagine China's already chipped. The bottom line is, guys, enjoy our show, enjoy our so-called freedom while we can still express it. Enjoy these moments as if they were our last. Because quite potentially, it could very well be. You may wake up tomorrow and find the internet unplugged. Then where are you going to get your news from? We must make the paradigm shift a reality in our own minds and in our own hearts and souls. That way, no matter if this thing collapses, this conversation will continue through you to others in your community where it matters anyways. People are starving for real information. People are starving for truth. The lies and the blinkering is just not cutting it anymore. And the truth is, folks, many of us love self, love our persons more than we love our greater society. And it shows how we interact with the environment. It shows how we interact with each other. And it shows how selfish and basically selfish is non-sharing, but selfish and self-destructive we are. EMP already happened in Venezuela. Humans feeling frequencies. Do not deny your feelings, your gut feelings. That's some good advice, Brother Roman. Yes, Venezuela more than likely was a victim of a EMP attack. Obviously, the Russian response, you know, there's more soldiers, Russian soldiers in Venezuela than what they're letting on. It's like another buildup, a Vietnam War buildup. It's water, TV, chemtrails, etc. And don't forget the currency, brother war. That's very important. Hell, without the currency, one can almost argue none of the rest is even possible. You know, if I was to go in time and snatch up a private on the shores of Normandy, you know, right before they know what was going to happen on D-Day, and I was to bring him to now in the future, just jump over all the civil rights, jump over all the Iran conflict, just jump over all that history, and let him observe the world now, he would probably swear the Nazis won the war in Europe and the Japanese won the war in the Pacific. We weren't meant to have all this crap. I have talked with some people on the 11th. I felt like something was in my head, felt disorientating. Stay vigilant, everyone. See, this is Brother Roman. Now, Brother Roman, you never been to the show, obviously, because I don't recognize your name. You just threw up a number, the 11th. June 11th, I've been saying for the past couple of weeks, is going to be a very significant day for the Republic, for you and I, and probably every other citizen you know. The third temple will be rocking along, because that red heifer will be confirmed. We'll probably start seeing the full ramifications of the global monetary system popping. And by then, that's basically almost 2 months away, is enough time for this biological concoction they got out here to start incubating in people's bellies and minds. Yes, the perfect storm is coming our way. Something wicked most certainly is coming our way. And that's why I tell you, hopefully you find some sort of religious doctrine that fits your personal lifestyle, that you can sincerely be moved and touched by, because you're going to need it. You are going to need it. Unless you just piece yourself out right on the bat. But, you know, I can't do that. I got to see it to the bitter end. And it's going to be one bitter and one end. But the world will continue. This is not the end of the world, folks. Not the end of the world. End of the civilization, end of this lifestyle, no doubt. But the world will still go on. And hopefully historians will truly analyze this period and call it the period where humanity could have done something, but we didn't. And this is what happens. Because by default, righteous brothers and sisters out there, when you see this evil shit going on and you don't stand up, you're just silent, you're basically co-signing it. You're basically saying that's cool. Because evil, or bullies, however you want to look at it, are about two things. And you can always tell an evil politician, whatever, because they're always about two things: power and money. Stand up and do what? Before we got to this part of the game, their war, we could have stood up in unison and say, no more are we going to have law enforcement officials that do not abide by the law. No more are we going to have military personnel who rapes and beats their subordinates. No more are we going to have predatory lending practices by these corporate international banking outfits. But we did not do that. Instead, we just signed on the dotted line for more loans. We signed on the dotted line. Okay, before then, okay. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. Now it's too late, brother. I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, grab some signs and go out there and get slaughtered. I can't do that to you. I won't do that to you. No, I mean, we're just going to do a play-by-play. All right? And don't forget, the game has always been your life anyways. It has not ever been about you really changing anything in the third dimension. It's about these things in the third dimension not changing you. Because the person you was born, you're basically, no matter what happens to you, unless you allow it to, you're basically going to die the same person you're born. Yeah, you may have some so-called knowledge that's going to be erased from your dome anyways. But don't let this world change your core, man. You're a good person. You weren't meant, nor were I or anybody else, to change what's happening. Accept it and deal with it in a righteous way. Now, that's something you can still do. When it's... Okay, put it this way, guys. When anarchy hits, there is no law for real. There is no water. There is no electricity. It's going to be kind of hard for you to be operating and not potentially injuring or possibly ending other human beings. But don't worry, you won't have to pay taxes during this period in time, brother. What I say is be righteous in what you do. Be righteous in how you carry yourselves and the force that you exert on others. Death and taxes. Yeah. That paradigm still seems to be true, brother. But before too long, it'll just be death and to hell with your taxes. The people that's going to be stuffing folks on the final solution trains, they ain't going to give a fuck about money. They are going to be true ideologues through and through. They're going to believe in the cause. Believe that they're saving themselves. There's no such thing. You can't save yourself from death. But you can choose to die with honor or without. You can choose to die with dignity or without. You can choose to die believing or not. We've been bombing women and children forever. Isn't that the truth? See, the reason why I don't believe in karma, I really hate those people who claim to kind of dabble with it. If karma was true, it's the most blasphemous concept out there. Because wouldn't it be bad karma, brothers and sisters, if you had the power to affect something, but you did nothing to stop these bad things from happening? Paying taxes, money, majority of it. Fund CERN, we fund that shit. Yes, your tax dollars goes to the Federal Reserve, and they send it to wherever. But that's the trip, guys and gals. We'll keep being righteous. I mean, yes. Righteousness is an ideal. Being righteous is a verb. And it's already written in your heart. You don't have to go to no book. You don't have to go to no ancient manuscripts that you cannot read nor comprehend until some intellectual big head comes along. Oh, it means this. If you think the Most High operates like that, then you really have a lot more learning. But at any rate, guys, I have to wrap this up. I got a big day tomorrow. I'm going to start doing the drywall projects. I probably pop up a few more pictures on the home remodeling that I'm doing. So this has been TMP SR Live. And as always, live your life with integrity, without hate, envy, or greed. And let's try to be kinder to each other. Peace.